guys, so I am going to make a tabbouleh salad. I love tabbouleh and I love to top it with some really good homemade hummus. So what we need for tabbouleh are these ingredients, let me tell you. So we have some flat Italian parsley. It's really important that it's flat leaf because if you get the other parsley, it'll kind of cut your mouth up or feel like it's cutting your mouth up. And then we're gonna have some tomatoes. You can choose what type you like. And a couple cucumbers. And a red onion, put a little bit of that in there. And then some mini bell peppers. There'll be some lemons in here, lemon juice, and a little bit of garlic, a couple cloves. And then, usually tabbouleh is made with bulgur wheat, but I'm gonna make this wheat-free and we're gonna use some quinoa. So ancient South American grain that is actually a seed, but works like a grain. And then a little bit of balsamic vinegar. And of course for our oil, since we're gonna be refrigerating this and not cooking it, we're gonna use Udos oil and the 369 blend of omega fatty acids. So this should be delicious. Okay, let's get started. We're first gonna start by cooking our quinoa. So the ratio is 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water. And we'll bring this to a boil and then we'll let it simmer for 5 minutes and then just set it aside for 15 minutes. So in the meantime, while our quinoa is being made, we can chop all those delicious vegetables. Look, it's already boiling. Quinoa is such a great, it has like a great nutty flavor because it's a seed. And it's one of my favorite grain substitutes. Okay, so I can see that's already boiling and I'm watching it while it's boiling, so myth debunked, there you go. And then I'm just gonna turn this down to simmer and I'll see the quinoa in 5 minutes. Now we're gonna get busy chopping all of our amazing vegetables. So our cucumber, ridiculous. Okay, and a little bit on, a little bit off. Chop up our cucumber. And I'm going to take a little bit of the peel off and leave a little bit on. So we still get some of the nutrition from that peel. But honestly, I like the taste of it better without the peel. So I'm gonna put 2 medium-sized cucumbers in this tabbouleh. Less appealing is more appealing to me. But I know it's so good for you. So we're gonna leave a little bit on. More cucumber. Next, I'm going to take the leaves of this parsley off of the stems. Not completely, but I just don't want the thicker stems in this when I chop it up, just because of the texture. It would be fine for you to keep it in there. It just makes the texture kind of harsh. So I'm using 1 large bunch of celery and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of smash it all together and then just chop it. Clearly no formal training to my chopping. You may want to improve upon my chopping technique when you make your own tabbouleh. I'll go ahead and just add this flat leaf parsley, flat leaf Italian parsley. So honestly, this recipe takes a little bit of time. It'll probably take you a good half hour, but I find cooking relaxing and enjoyable. And usually what I'll do is just put on Audible and listen to some Charles Duhigg or some Tony Robbins or Eckhart Tolle, or Steven Pinker is really good, or Keith Cunningham. I love him. If you have not listened to Keith Cunningham, he will make you love accounting. I love accounting. Thanks, Keith. And even if I don't have something like that, it's kind of a meditative process to pick off all these leaves. Done! Look how much I accomplished today. If you're gonna start eating this way, you'll probably want to get a good compost pile, or you could maybe get some chickens. I actually take, I mean, I'm kind of kidding, but I actually take all of my veggie scraps to my friend Rhonda's house. She has a big farm, and her chickens love this stuff. So it maybe seems a little bit extreme, but I will just keep it and take it to her so that it gets used, because look how yummy that is for a chicken. Next, let's go ahead and chop up our red onion. I'm gonna put probably a fourth of that big red onion that I had, so probably a fourth of that will go into this yummy tabbouleh. I don't want it to overwhelm the flavors. So I'm gonna chop up about 3, 6, 9 little red peppers, or little mini bell peppers. I go ahead and just keep the seeds in it. You don't end up noticing them, and you get some of the micronutrients that are in them. Next, I'm gonna chop up a little bit of garlic. Getting kind of crazy with the chopping of the garlic. Die garlic, just kidding. I guess I shouldn't make any jokes about plants have feelings too on a vegan cooking channel. So next, I am going to just half these little tomatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this in to a larger container. All my veggies, look how yummy. That's gonna be delicious and nutritious and super flavorful. And so I put in the lemon juice and Udos oil and basalmic vinaigrette. Okay, and now I'm gonna add my quinoa. Look how yummy that is. Thank you, South America. Thank you, ancient Aztecs, cultivating this. And I'll just mix all this together. Yum, that looks good. And it will be delicious topped with the hummus that I made last night and the sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, so we're gonna put now, oh, that's really pretty. That really will taste delicious. We're gonna put some lemon juice. So I think that I wanna put probably the juice of at least 1.5 lemons. I like it pretty lemony. ahead and just add some lemon in here. Okay, I'm gonna do the juice of 2 lemons. So when I write the recipe down, it actually included 2 lemons. Udos, omega fatty acids, we're gonna use that as our oil. And I'm gonna put 4 tablespoons for this. So let's kind of put that through it. Again, you don't wanna use Udos oil if you are going to be cooking, like actually heating it, but it's a great omega fatty acid oil if you are cooking things that, or making things that don't require heat. So I'll just let that all mix together. And then last but not least, we're gonna put in a little bit of balsamic vinegar. So I'm gonna put in about 1/8 of a cup of balsamic vinegar. So give it a nice, yummy, pucker your mouth, delicious flavor. So that's it. You want this to sit at least a half an hour in your refrigerator because it will make all the flavors come together. So I'm gonna go ahead and serve this tonight with a really good spaghetti and also with the hummus that I made last night. That'll be delicious. That's tabbouleh. Oh, you know what I forgot that will make it even yummier? A little bit of mint. So I'm gonna go out to my garden and get a little, so you don't need a lot. I don't even know if you can see this because it's dark out now because I took so dang long to make the tabbouleh. But let's put a little bit, like a handful. Yeah, so about that much mint. Let's chop that up really quick. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes while I make the spaghetti. The spaghetti is gonna take like maximum 10 minutes. But have this for the next few days and I can share it with people, which is the best.